Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Astro Oracle reading. Have you got the Seven Energies Journal? I know a bunch of you have been asking if we still have it, and boy, oh boy, is it ever helpful. You're going to want to get the Seven Energies Journal if you love these cards, because we are still working with the Seven Energies Oracle this week. And we also have a quiz, the Seven Energies quiz, to discover where you need a little bit more love, where you're out of alignment, out of sync as we move into the spring. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do this for Aries first because Aries, since it's a sequence, Aries is number one. Aries, this is a fabulous week for you. Interesting that you are recognizing there is definitely more of you. The Broken Open card was what we got yesterday as well, about grief. But here it says you're seeing endless possibilities after, and this could be failure. It's not just grief. It could be things that didn't work out in the past get resurrected this week. So you're very, very fortunate. You feel the Great and Full card represents that, you're finally getting what you need. And the Endless Possibilities card, which is, so this one is the intuition and imagination. This one is the groundedness of seeing tangible evidence of your hard work. This is the first energy. And then this one is the heart, which is the fourth. So here we have, I kind of like these two juxtaposed together because it tells me it's not so much about grief as it is about what didn't work before. You're starting to see now as opportunities to come out of what didn't work. And then Great and Full says you're very, very sure-footed this week about what you're paying attention to. So especially if you're in a business, Aries, this is very, very nice this week for you. If you haven't, if you haven't quite hit the mark yet in some things, but you will definitely this week. Okay, let's talk about Taurus now. Yay! Taurus. I love these cards. I'm really loving working with them. I'm so happy you guys love this. We've got so many emails from you and comments and, about how much you love this deck. So we decided to go to town on it again. Well, it's super helpful. I mean, it's true that we tell 7 main stories. That is how the kind of structure of our psychology works. So they really do help. Okay, so Taurus, let's see what's happening with you, my dears. Okay, Great Big Love. That was also in the reading for the collective. Uncharted Sea, not your favorite card, but ooh, nice. Okay, this is really good. So, Taurus, you've got new things to learn this week? Awesome, because why? Why do I say this is awesome? It's because of the cards that are flanking it. So we look at the heart of Great Big Love, the spirit of a burst of magic, and then of course you have the spirit card, the Uncharted Sea. So you like stability and you like to know what things are in advance, but you're actually okay with that this week of not really knowing the form because you feel so good. And if you remember to tune into your concept of gratitude and compassion, that's going to really fuel, it's the abracadabra for you this week. You really have that sense of inspired, just you're not scared, right? And it doesn't even say you have to be brave. It just says, you know what? I'm okay with not knowing. And that's a really good place for you to be this week, Taurus. Being okay with that and just practicing gratitude. Just practice your gratitude. I think you'll find that your week is very productive too when you do that. Now we're going to look at Gemini. Gemini. Here we go, Gemini, air sign, Gemini. And these represent your sun sign, if you have Gemini ascendant or if you have Gemini moon. Same thing with the other cards that we just did. So Gemini, time machine, feeling the world, and a burst of magic also. Okay, so for you, Gemini, you have to look to the past. If you have in some way made some mistakes in the past, you will feel it. If you do it again this week, you're going to really feel it. So avoid it is basically what this is saying. So if you have a tendency towards certain patterns, be really super aware of them. Otherwise, as I said, there's going to be a sense that you're going to just kind of feel overloaded, maybe with those feelings that you don't want to repeat again. So be very clear. If you have a red flag this week, Gemini, you're going to want to pay attention to that. And the same way is that you want to pay attention if a pattern has come up that you know is good for you. So you want to reinforce that. Feeling the world on its own is about empathy, right? So you'll have a lot more empathy for others, and you're not going to put yourself first. When you put yourself first, you tend to discount others. So this is a week where you're feeling more inclusive with other people, and a burst of magic is also wonderful as well too. So again, we have the card number 3, which is from the first energy, card number 13, which is the second energy, and card number 48, which is spirit in the 7th. So a burst of magic always makes everything better. So that's for you, Gemini, and now let's take a look at Cancer. Let's see. It's an interesting week. It seems to be very hope-driven week this week, which is great. So given that that's in the collective, we want to take advantage of that nice energy. And let's see here. So, spirit of gratitude for the Cancerians. Spirit of divine matrix. We saw that as the main card yesterday. And it is what it is. Ooh, this is lovely. Okay, so for Cancerians, what's the 2 cards, 43 and 44, are from Spirit, right? So that's the 7th energy about your relationship to your higher power. That's your primary focus this week, is having your relationship to your higher power and giving a real sense of gratitude for everything in your life right now. So synchronicities abound for you this week, Cancerians. You're really going to see evidence of everything that kind of, it's like these magical things out of the blue start happening for you this week. So that's an interesting thing. But you also have to remember to take things at face value. This is not the week to make anything up. In other words, it is what it is. So if somebody offers you something, don't make up a big story in your head that is going to be more than it is, right? Like going on a date, which is what I used to do with a guy just once, and then you think about marrying them. That was like so sad. But anyway, you stay with the first date. So whatever is going on this week for you, Cancerians, take it as it comes, radical acceptance. But there's some really beautiful signs for you this week that you're going to get some nice surprises. That's for Cancers. That's for me. I'll take it. All right, Leos. Let's see, Leos. Let's see for Leos. Okay, and remember, you're going to take 3 cards for your sun sign, 3 cards for your ascendant, and then 3 cards for your moon. And then you'll have 9 cards that will really tell you your intimate story for this week. And I know it works because so many of you tell me after the fact, like, wow, is that ever accurate? That's why I do them every week, because you like them and because they really do work. Okay, Leos, here we go. Ooh, nice. Opening to discovery. Oh, nice. Endless possibilities. What a good week we're all having. Fabulous. Awakening genius. Don't we love that? Okay, so Leo, when opening to discovery shows up for you, it means that the terrain you've already been at, like you're kind of exhausted, whatever you were going to do, or you were doing, or the things that even the relationships and how they were going, there's more to be discovered, okay? So you don't have all the answers. So as long as you enter into the week going, I don't know, I'm open to discover something new, endless possibilities opens up for you, like, wow. And then awakening genius comes because you get great ideas and inspirations. Like, so remember, if you do what you did, you're going to get what you got. So don't do what you did this week. Even if it means going the other way on the street for your walk, or walking clockwise around your property instead of counterclockwise, or jumping around and dancing to a different song in your house if you're still stuck in your house. I don't know. But bottom line is, do something a little different, and it starts to open up all kinds of possibilities for you. Expect to have some really good ideas. So 34 and 29, these are the 2 cards relating to expression, which is the 5th energy center. And this one here is the story of intuition and imagination, which is your 6th. So nice week for self-expression for Leos. Remember, do something different. Say something different. Consider something different. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, here we go. Now, we have something new. We have for Virgos, ooh, nice, bearing fruit, Call of the Muse, and Roots of Abundance. Nice creative week for you, Virgos. So bearing fruit is in the relationship sector. So that's the second energy relating to intimacy. And you're starting to really see all the hard work that you've put in to your own personal growth, and you're starting to see improved relationships with others. And that's really lovely for you this week. And the Call of the Muse, it's an interesting threesome because you're less likely to be critical of yourself and others this week, Virgo. Call of the Muse is a very creative impulse that you have. This relates to the creative self-expression. So it'd be a great week to start a new hobby, to paint something, just get creative, or to change something, because of course creativity means change also. And then, of course, this one, the Roots of Abundance, that was on yesterday's. That was, I think, our highest card in the Celtic Cross. That's about tangible evidence that things are really opening up for you this week, Virgo. So that's a nice reading for you. Let's take a look at Libras. I'm a Libra rising. That's why I like beautiful things, and I always want harmony. Unfortunately, at all costs. Doesn't always. I'm learning. I'm a recovered codependent. I can say that. A recovered people pleaser, which is the shadow of this. Sometimes us healer types just want to fix everything all the time. Okay, I'm just babbling to get myself clear, so let's go for Libra now. Nice divine matrix again for Libra. Wish upon a star and opening to discovery. This is fabulous. So yet again, here we go, Libra. That was the main card at yesterday's. If you didn't watch yesterday's reading, you really should go back and watch it for the collective energy, because you really want to take this and make it your own. So this is this relationship that we have to weaving the world into being and recognizing that our part in it, but we also, so we bring our thread forward. We also have to understand that life on life's terms happens as well too, but we are powerful co-creators with spirit as our partner. We have to remember that. Wishes come true, right? So we move from spirit into our imagination and intuition. So remember, spirit informs your inspiration, and then your inspiration informs your imagination then forms your intuition to go get it. But it may be different than you expect. So opening to discovery is the third card. And that is also about expression, etc. If you do what you did, you're going to get what you got. So this is about being open to new things this week for you, Libra. So just stay open and see what comes up. Loving this. Yay! Did I say how much I like doing this? Yes, I do. Okay, now let's take a look at Scorpio. Shout out to my friend Aisha. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. Tender embrace, awakening genius, and endless possibilities. Okay, so seems like we're all having a pretty good week. It really does. For you, Scorpio, the heart leads you this week, and it's a softness. It's a week of softness and connection to people that you genuinely love, and reconnecting to people that you genuinely love as well too, and like sharing that love. It's less romantic than it is friendship. Awakening genius, you're going to get all kinds of great ideas this week. So it goes from the heart to the energy of self-expression, and also the kind of downloads that we get when we're open to spirit, and endless possibilities, of course. Those two go together. Card number 38 is all about, how when spirit comes into us and we get inspired, and all of a sudden our imagination gets turned on, and then our intuition serves that and then wants to show it to us in the outer world. So this is a nice week for manifesting for Scorpios. Let's see, Sagittarius. Okay, let's see, Sag, okay. For you, Sagittarius, it is what it is. Okay, great and full, and earth magic, lovely. Something good's happening this week, and it's funny because, of course, I do these before the week happens, and then I want to find out what it is after, so because this is good for everybody. Okay, so it's a radical acceptance leads you, Sagittarius. It just, don't make up what isn't there. Just know exactly things on face value as they show up for you. They're exactly what they need to be. Your needs are being met. Great and full in the first energy story. Oh, it's all about feeling satisfied, right? I'm satisfied. I feel okay. I'm not going to get overwhelmed. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's just enough, right? So, and it's also the feelings of being enough. And then Earth Magic, of course, is about grounding your ideas, your dreams into reality and seeing that, but also reminding you that you're in a body. You have to take care of your physical body. So you are a spiritual being in a human body. Make sure you remember that. Indeed, you do live in the material world. You live in the world of tangibility, and this means you're going to see some tangible evidence that, that you have exactly what you need this week. Now let's look at Capricorn. Every time I say a sign, in my head, I think about all my friends that match the sign. I have friends in every single sign. So cool. I can name you like 3 or 4 people in each sign, right off the top of my head. Bam. Okay. A tall tale for Capricorns, ears wide open, and the land between. Okay, so Capricorn, you are the only sign this week where you need to really sit down and do a serious inventory. You're not where you want to be yet, and that's okay. So you really want to take a look at where in the past, and I like this, I call this the past because it's the first card, and to me it relates to what you might not have done yet. So to where have you lied to yourself? Where have you been in denial about your behavior, about your projections on other people, about, kind of like what your plans were? But the bottom line is that this is about denial, and you want to release yourself from denial, okay? Now, how you do that is by listening to what the world says, listen to what your heart says, listen to the things that you write and the things that you haven't written. But it's time to get rigorously honest with yourself in order to move beyond and outside the land between. So deep listening is required for you this week. And knowing that it's okay to be in the land between. I personally love this because this card always tells us that we're in motion and that we're in a transition. So this is a transition week for you. You have 2 cards that relate to the 5th story, the energy center, that relates to self-expression, creative self-expression, and then your imagination and intuition, which is your 6th. All those stories that we tell. You Capricorns, all you Capricorn people, you might want to check out my quiz that I mentioned. There's a quiz to find out where you're in or out of alignment, just to really help you get back in sync with yourself and the world. There's a link somewhere above, to the side, below. I don't know what it is. Wah! Okay. Now let's look at Aquarius. Powerful move. Great. Very nice. Excellent. Ooh, very nice. So Aquarius, you have, this is an intellectual moment for you. And you're good at using your intellect, and you're really good at innovating and seeing things through a lens of opportunity. And so for you, a powerful move represents that very thing where you're saying, you know what, I'm stepping into my power right now. Birds of a feather means I've got friends. I'm going to be in my community, and I'm going to contribute to that community. Remember, I always say our currency is our contribution and our experience, and you have lots of that to give to others. Sacred reverence is it's funny, gratitude is sort of weaves its way through all of the cards that relate to our relationship to spirit, which is the 7th story, the 7th energy center. And so this one is no different, but it really reminds us that we are here by the grace of the divine. That we're not here because we got to be here because we did something good. We're here to contribute to the world and to see the world with a sense of reverence. And that's what's being offered to you this week, Aquarius. Okay, here we go. Pisces. Pisces. Ooh, nice. Grand Symphony. You feel good this week, Pisces. Oh, nice. Oh, very nice. Okay. So only Capricorn seems to have a teeny bit. It's not even that big. It's just really more of an inventory. But for you, Pisces, you're really hearing your note in this symphony of life. You really get that your unique spark is important. These 2 cards together really show that. That, it's kind of like coming out of the closet and really being okay to fly your freak flag. But it's true. It's like allowing yourself to be totally yourself with no apologies, and being okay with that and not putting up any pretenses. That's a really beautiful thing for Pisces, if you're inclined towards that. But regardless of that, it's just really you being really comfortable inside yourself. And you're seeing this in relationships with others because it's bearing fruit. So this one is card number 27 is the heart. Then it's 30, which is your self-expression. And then, so this is about belonging and feeling really good and expressing yourself that way. And this is like the fruit that has been, now all the hard work you've done in your relationships, you're going to start to see evidence of that this week as well too. So what a great week. I can hardly wait, but of course I'm already in it. Stay in today, Colette. All right, anyway. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Just click on the bell and you'll get a notification when the videos are up. And leave a comment. We love to read them. And don't forget the quiz. It is awesome. See you next time.